In times of need, people often lose touch with the spirituality in their lives. This is why we have shepherds like Father Esteban.
That's right. Spirituality. 'Tis very important. As the Bosch said to me the other day, good French and fine spirits, especially the spirits.
You are not yourself today, Father. I'm going to cut you off. According to the latest polls, El Presidente's popularity is dropping. People are saying,
And now for some music.
But I didn't finish reading the news.
And now for some music.
My question to the infamous El Diablo, aren't you a little too short to be a representative of the nationalists?
Short? Short? You dare call the devil short? Senorita, if you weren't a woman, I would have hit you in the face.
You would have to jump to do that, no? Anyway, glad to know you nationalists do not hit women at least.
Not Tropican women, no.
Greetings, my gracious hosts. May your endeavors be thrice blessed and your predecessors be proud. I have a great many things to tell, but first let me introduce my humble self. My name is Yu Li, and I represent the Enlightened People's Republic of...
Unfortunately, we've run out of time. We'll pick this up on your next visit.
But I am going back to China.
Today we ask the common man on the streets a question. And who's more common than Comrade Vasquez, representative of the communists? Do you have an opinion on our regime, Comrade?
I do not, Comrade Sunny, and neither should you. In Soviet Russia, the regime has an opinion on you, as it should be in every progressive country.
My name is Antonio Lopez, and I am here to tell you what is wrong with our national economy. The thing that is wrong is nothing. Our economy is perfect, and I am loyal to El Presidente. Loyal even when no rifles are pointed at me.
I had no doubt, sir. Back to our regular program.
Hello. Hello, is this line secure? Comrades, do you copy? The bear has landed. I repeat, the bear has landed while the eagle is stuck in a tree. Say Nostrovia to the KGB for me. Agent Sasha, over and out.
We would like to apologize to all our listeners for reporting false data. El Presidente has in fact won the election, not lost it.
I would like to apologize to all citizens who were executed by mistake because of these incorrect early results.
Penultimo, where are all those people who wanted elections?
Tropico does not regard them as people, so we exported them to third world countries. El Presidente sent them to be volunteer astronauts.
Really? Awesome! Where?
Nigeria, I think. Yes, the Nigerian space program needed test subjects. Following the celebrations of the overwhelming victory over the opposition, El Presidente will depart for the USA to give lectures on free voting, sustainable democracy, and civil society engineering. Switzerland is next on his tour.
Penultimo, do you think the recent elections were manipulated?
Absolutely not. I personally counted the ballots and adjusted the results. There was no way I could make any mistake.
Dear listeners, a horrible tragedy has befallen us.
Yes, we are losing oil by the minute.
How can you be so insensitive, Penultimo? Think about the dead fish, the dirty beaches, the irreparable damage to our ecosystem caused by the oil spill.
Don't worry, Sonny. Our top experts have already devised a plan to contain the disaster using golf balls. And now some music. Only El Presidente wanted elections. That's why only El Presidente was allowed to vote. Today is a bright day for Tropican democracy. The polls are in, and it's clear people overwhelmingly voted for El Presidente. The way things are going, the secret police will be out of work in a couple of years.
Election is the talk of the day. People want
to show their support and love for El Presidente. I even wonder why people need elections at all.
But the people want to express their opinion, Penultimo.
And they can do so by voting for El Presidente. People are demanding elections, and El Presidente demands your vote. vote El Presidente, or else. El Presidente's program to increase voting percentages by allowing certain people to vote more than once was a resounding success. Expect to see such programs in the future. In the meantime, El Presidente has sent thank you notes to all his faithful voters.
Penultimo, do you know what happened to the people who wanted elections?
Oh, them? They're happy and pretty much alive. The army assured me that they are very happy. Great news, everyone! El Presidente won an overwhelming victory in the elections.
He didn't win by that much.
Yes, but the elections were without fraud. This is an overwhelming victory in itself.
We interrupt our regular broadcasting for breaking news. Several tourists have been taken hostage by the rebels. Penultimo follows with the details.
First of all, there are not several hostages, but just one. Second, they were not taken by rebels, but by foreign infiltrators. And last, they are not hostages, but paid informants.
We interrupt our regular broadcasting for breaking news. Several tourists have been taken hostage by the rebels. Penultimo follows with the details.
First of all, there are not several hostages, but two. Second, they were not taken by the rebels, but willingly joined them. And last, the rebels are not rebels, but merely agents testing the loyalty of foreign tourists to El Presidente.
Breaking news. The rebels have just occupied a media building. What is happening to freedom of speech?
Do not worry, Sonny. Freedom of speech will return when the army retakes the media. And now, a message to the strikers from the bottom of my heart. People, I know your life is hard, but what about the life of El Presidente? Do you know he gets no salary at all? That he works for free without holidays? What if he goes on strike? What will happen to Tropico then?
Boom! You are listening to TNT, and I want to remind you that we have a 24/7 hotline for spiritual, musical, and environmental issues.
For any political issues, please directly contact the soldiers in front of the palace. This is Tropico News Today, and I am your host, Penultimo, bringing you the most objective, pleasant, and politically correct news. Stay with us to learn the truth, as approved by El Presidente himself.
Peace and love, dear listeners. This is TNT. I am Sunny Flowers, and I am in the mood for some sizzling Latin beats.
This is TNT. I am your ever-trustworthy host, Penultimo, and sitting right next to me is my charming co-host, Sunny. Stay tuned for some good news, because there is no bad news in Tropico.
Boom! You are listening to TNT, and I want to remind you that we have a 24/7 hotline for spiritual, musical, and environmental issues.
For any political issues, please directly contact the soldiers in front of the palace.
We are Sunny and Penultimo. This is TNT.
I am what? Penultimo! This is TNT, and our news is exploitive.
Explosive.
Explosive! Our news is explosive because we are dynamite.
We dedicate the next song to our late colleague Juanito, whose memory will live with us forever here on TNT. Another fine day in sunny Tropico, the most beautiful island in the Caribbean. This is TNT. I am Sunny Flowers, and my co-host Penultimo is somewhat busy right now.
No, Presidente. Yes, Presidente. Anything, Presidente.
Time for some music, I guess.
Following the destruction wrought by the earthquake, we have some good news for you. Tropico just set a new world record by surviving an earthquake rated 96 on the Richter magnitude scale.
And here I thought that earthquakes can't be stronger than 10.
They sure can. Here's hoping our next earthquake breaks our own record with a 3-digit number. I generally like bad weather, even storms, but a hurricane is a bit too much. To think that just this morning, the sky was crystal clear.
You can't judge a day by its morning, as the prominent author wrote.
Here we are, live at the newly constructed airport, the pride of our small nation.
Ooh, what's that?
That's the control tower, a highly sophisticated hub full of wonders of modern technology.
Yeah, I think I can see a giant hamster wheel in there. Relations between Tropico and Europe have hit an all-time low point.
Perhaps we should consider presenting the King and Queen of Europe with a generous gift?
Our diplomats already tried this, but the European post returned the package.
Damn those meddling spies! I want to know what those beasts are doing in our country. The spitting, vile fiends. One of them bit me on my way here.
Oh, you mean those cute, cuddly camels. I think a foreign dignitary sends them as a token of the good relations between our countries. Relations between Tropico and the Middle East have hit an all-time low point.
As long as the upper and lower easts remain on our side, we should be all right.
Right. Anyway, it seems we will not be receiving camels as gifts for some time.
Camels? Where? Ah!
Most praiseworthy listeners of TNT Radio, I am pleased to tell you that China grants the title Honorable Trade Partner to our comrade country of Tropico and your exalted leader, El Presidente. Long live the friendship between our peoples. Most praiseworthy listeners of TNT Radio, the embargo is not a sign of falling relations between our two great nations. Instead, it is a gentle promise that our relations can only get better from now on.
One of our ministers was recently ousted from his position due to a tremendous gaffe.
You are mistaken, my dear. That citizen was never a minister in the first place. Nobody was fired, and there was no gaffe. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened in Tropico. Remember, listeners, you heard it here first. One of our ministers recently committed a gaffe.
Sorry to interrupt, dear Sonny, but we have urgent news. Bobsledding will be added as a new event for the next Pan-Caribbean Games.
And how is this more urgent than our minister's gaffe?
That's a very good question, Sonny, but unfortunately, we have no more time. Stay tuned for more on Caribbean bobsledding after this song.
Good news, everybody. One of our ministers actually managed to do something good for us.
Personally, I give most of the credit to El Presidente, but I am sure the minister also helped in his small way.
We're transmitting live from the field where rebel forces have recently launched a full-scale attack against the palace. The army is ready to repel them, and our own Penultimo is going to join the fight.
That's right. I will give my life for El Presidente. Charge!
But Penultimo, the palace is in the opposite direction. He's trying to circle around and attack them from behind, I guess.
Traitors in the army are conspiring to overthrow El Presidente, but we all know they will be beaten by his loyal supporters.
What will you do if they attack us, Penultimo?
I will fight like a lion to defend freedom of speech as regulated by El Presidente. Viva El Presidente! Viva Tropico! Our beloved Presidente urges every Tropican to practice a headstand for at least 15 minutes each day. You will feel immensely refreshed, while at the same time gravity will do its best to fix your otherwise grouchy expression. I woke up this morning and even my cat looked miserable. Dios mío y todos los santos, what is it with you people? It's much better to look stupid and always smile. It's good for the blood pressure, and the chicas dig it. I've never seen so many smiling people on the streets. It's almost like all mothers-in-law suddenly left the country.
Our hot topic today, crime. You have the mic, Father Esteban.
You shall not covet anything that belongs to your neighbor. Some sinner stole all the ceremonial consecrated wine during a sermon. Indeed, how low have we fallen. If the wine thieves do not wish to repent, there should be a police force to make them repent. Amen.
Our hot topic today, the environment. I believe you have something to say, Sonny?
Dear Tropicans, we are all criminals, criminals against Mother Nature. Take a look at our once beautiful beaches, now polluted. Take a look at the mounds of garbage, the toxic waste. This is our doing, and we should do everything in our power to undo it.
That's it for the environment. Next week, library subscription fees. Our hot topic today, healthcare.
Unfortunately, our guest called in sick, so let's have some music instead. Our hot topic today, housing. Don't you think there are too many homeless people on the island, Penultimo?
Homeless? If there were a single homeless person in Tropico, I would personally build him his very own shack.
Yeah, but to live in a shack...
A home is a home is a home, Sonny. Today's shacks are tomorrow's mansions, as long as we faithfully follow El Presidente, right?
Right. Our hot topic today, liberty. Do you think we need more media on the island, Penultimo?
Absolutely not, Sonny. Tropico News Today already provides the most objective information. More media would just be redundant. As long as TNT is on the air, freedom of speech for all Tropicans is more or less guaranteed.
Agent Sasha, I am happy that you were able to leave your super-secret bunker in Russia in order to join us. I have always wanted to ask you, what do you use to make your hair so shiny?
Comrade Sunny, I am happy to be here, among our brothers in Tropico, to spread the light of communism for future generations.
Yes, this is good and all, but really, I want to know how you got that gorgeous hair.
Good morning, Tropico. You might have been awoken this morning by the gunfire from the ships of our comrades from the USSR. Do not panic, as our friends are just practicing for an elaborate parade. I assure you that the ships are not here to invade our island, and Russian relations have not dropped to an all-time low. Today, we have invited Ambassador Lord Chuffney in order to find out more about the growing friendship between Tropico and the EU.
I just came back from a splendid luncheon with my dear friend El Presidente. I can assure you that as long as I get to eat your scrumptious Tropican scones with my tea, the relations between our countries will remain splendid.
Ambassador Crane, our listeners are probably dying to know the answer to my next question. What is your favorite animal?
Well, Ms. Flowers, when I first came to your island, I was struck by the beauty of one of your magnificent creatures, the llama. It reminds me of my mother.
Oh, llamas. I don't like llamas. They are rude and spit at you.
Just like my mama.
Citizens of Tropico, I am proud. With our new modern power plant completed, we have become the envy of all other Caribbean nations. While they are still in the dark ages, Tropico is well on its path towards a brighter tomorrow, illuminated by the power of electricity.
What exactly does the new factory produce, Penultimo?
Sprockets? Huge demand for them in the U.S.
Such a big, well-guarded factory to produce sprockets?
Also, bulb holders, paperweights, harmless stuff like that. Definitely not weapons of any kind.
Not weapons of any kind. Got it. I am Sunny, and I just have to tell you that the view from our balloon is fantastic.
I don't know. I feel kind of dizzy.
Story of the day, dear listeners. Penultimo, afraid of heights.
Get me down.
Oh, shiny.
Shiny? You could have said majestic, regal, or grandiose. But all you've got for the new golden statue is shiny? It is a monument of our devotion to El Presidente, of our proud history, of the prosperity and welfare of our island.
And it is shiny. They should make a statue of you someday.
You know, that isn't such a bad idea.
I heard the government employs a man to rekindle the so-called eternal flame when it goes out.
Lies and propaganda. Our eternal flame never goes out. Never.
It's not burning right now.
What?
Maybe look. What's up with that huge rocket, Penultimo?
We are securing our national sovereignty, keeping the world peace.
And here I thought we were just compensating for something.
Come visit our new botanical garden. Exotic plants, endangered flora, man-eating flytraps, humidity, extreme temperatures, and that authentic smell of rot. It's just like trekking through the jungles, but now you pay for it.
Chupacabras! Chupacabras! Yay! Go fight! Win tonight! Go, Chupacabras, go!
Things are definitely looking up for the Chupacabras now, since they have a stadium to practice in. From now on, no more chasing the ball in the shark-infested ocean. The Pan-Caribbean Cup is as good as ours.
The construction of a new luxurious tourist attraction is done. Tropico now has a marina.
I knew a girl named Marina once. I was once madly in love with her, but she dumped me. I was so heartbroken. I started a career in politics. Ah, Marina. The next song is dedicated to her. My name, Kobo Kobo, and I be authentic, native Tropican.
Why are you talking like that, Penultimo?
Kobo Kobo, no understand your modern talk, lady. Come, visit ethnic enclave to enjoy even more authentic native Tropican way of life. Low price, low price. This week only.
A minor political incident occurred today. The wife of an anonymous U.S. ambassador was stopped at the customs office because her husband had declared her as useless baggage. The woman was later released when proper duties were paid for her.
Dear Tropicans, I want to remind you all that you must start crying at precisely 10 a.m. tomorrow for Presidente's funeral rehearsal.
The official contest for the best display of grief starts at 10:15 and ends at 11. The rest of the day will be committed to reading eulogies for El Presidente.
Congratulations, comrades, on the construction of the new nuclear plant. We will split the capitalistic atom with the spark of the revolution.
Dear Tropicans, join me in taking a moment of silence, because I have a horrible hangover from a girls' night out at the cocktail bar last night. In unrelated news, Penultimo is suffering from a moderate concussion caused by blinking too loud near me. Serious fracas in front of the ministry building. According to early reports, a fight has started between the minister wannabes.
Judging by the number of applications we received, this means that Tropico is officially in a state of civil war. I want to address the rumor that there is a so-called secret police at number 4 Pineapple Road. This is ridiculous, people. Do you know how high the rent is on that place?
Several postmen went missing when they delivered letters addressed to the secret police headquarters.
For the last time, people, it's a secret police. You can't go knocking on the door.
A man was rescued from the new Tropican roller coaster after panicking, climbing to the top of the roller coaster and demanding that he be taken by the Presidente's guard to a very important official event.
I did not panic.
Can you feel the heat, Tropico? Record temperatures today. Everyone is rushing to cool off in the ocean. Farmers are worried about the fate of the crops, and the weather ahead is predicted to be extremely sunny and hot.
Just like you, my dear. In the aftermath of the recent volcano eruption, the authorities are advising us to remain calm and not to panic.
Oh, is that fire? Fire! Now for our home economics segment. Here's a novel idea for decorating your home. Instead of wallpaper, use money. It's cheaper and more beautiful. Even the ugliest shacks will look better.
Because of the stain-resistant, long-lasting paper personally selected by El Presidente, the new money is perfect for you and your home.
Evidence of fraud uncovered with the opening of the new Academy of Science, as it turned out that Tropican scientists have been printing the same paper over and over again for the last 20 years. Miss Pineapple, your comments?
That's not a paper, dear. That's one of my 4th graders' essays.
Why are we doing this again?
The bomb squad won't make it in time, and we're the only ones who are qualified enough to deal with the bomb threat.
I've never disarmed bombs before. Isn't it extremely dangerous?
It's very easy, actually. You cut all the wires and run as fast as you can. The Pan-Caribbean Games are coming. Here is Penultimo with a special report.
El Presidente has just announced the bonuses that Tropican athletes will get. First place winners will get an exclusive picture of El Presidente. Places second and below will get a 100-meter start before the soldiers start shooting. Green power is here. A new turbine has been built on the island. By popular demand, it rotates against the wind.
But isn't that a huge fan, then?
No, that's enemy propaganda.
People are marching toward the palace carrying axes, sticks, and random sharp objects. It seems that Tropico is on the brink of a civil war.
That's just a belated Labor Day march. They are celebrating, not revolting.
Oh, I didn't know. How nice.
To provide us all with better things, El Presidente has built us the biggest mall in the Caribbean.
Aren't you worried about the spirit of blatant consumerism? Shoes must get to mall.
Wait, you can't. And now for some music. In order to increase productivity, El Presidente has asked the Army to help. They are going to make sure that every Tropican goes to bed on time by imposing a strict curfew.
What about sleepwalkers?
They have been provided with bulletproof vests.
A new radar dish has been placed on the island, but nobody knows its purpose? Penultimo, can you give us more details?
Honey, I assure you, I did not have with that woman.
I'm sorry, Sonny. Did you say something?
Listen carefully, comrades. I shall say this only once. I want to say something about the new cabaret on the island.
Miss Pineapple, I assure you, it was built for educational purposes only.
I just wanted people to know that my show starts at 8. And you will address me as Mistress Pineapple, Penultimo.
A person has been reported missing by the authorities. If anyone has any information, please contact your local secret agent immediately.
There is no need. If you have information about the disappearance, your local secret agent will find you. Tropico is going green. A new program started by El Presidente will lower pollution by stopping power to random buildings.
Green is always better. It's great that...
I am pleased to announce that the National Lottery now has a new prize. Get out of execution free. Remember, there is a 1 in a million chance that it could be you.
The more you play, the better your chance to win.
Chance of survival, that is. Presidente's upcoming bestseller is out today. It shows the romantic soul behind the harsh surface, touching on deep existential and philosophical themes.
Sounds wonderful. What's the book's title?
How Not to Get Caught.
For the last time, the Army shooting people is not a game.
Shh, my team is winning. And now some fashion news. Radiation protection suits are in this year. Now they come in green to complement the natural glow of your skin. During the huge fireworks for yesterday's big holiday, El Presidente's mausoleum was stolen.
How can you steal a building?
We are obviously dealing with criminal masterminds. Prepare to rake in all incoming money. Tropico has built a new oil refinery. Prepare to rake in all incoming money. Tropico has... I have terrible news. After 50 years of ruling, El Presidente passed away today. Just kidding. Everybody knows that El Presidente will never die. El Presidente built a new wind turbine. This should make green freaks like you happy, right?
You mean the big, ugly thing built on the only region where Tropican turtles mate, and which killed one of the last coconut-skulled eagles?
Yeah?
I just love it. Violence broke out in Tropico as the Army tried to remove Reverend Esteban from the pub and get him to start the first service in the new church. Several soldiers are missing, presumed drunk. The Reverend had this to say.
Give me another one, and make it a big one.
Why don't you try Presidente cereal? Completely organic for people like you, Sonny. It's made from stuff that even animals won't eat.
No cereal can be organic enough. The Presidente brand doing okay then?
Sure. Presidente's so popular, everything with his name sells.
Rejoice, Tropico. The new house of the Lord has opened its doors to all faithful followers.
Father Esteban, it's a pub, not a church.
I know, silly girl. We must be progressive and take every opportunity to praise his name. Hello? I would like to complain about the blasphemous policy on our island against the Lord's greatest gift. Alcohol.
Father Esteban, is that you?
No, silly girl. I am just a concerned citizen. You should all listen to the Reverend, though. He is a great man who speaks directly to God.
Dun, 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 dun. And now it's time for your guide to the modern arts with General Rodriguez.
Listen up, maggots. This is modern art. You will love it. You will love it like your life depends on it. Unless it becomes mainstream. Then you should hate it. Now go in a corner and look thoughtful.
With the opening of a high school in Tropico, I would like to remind all students of the consequences of misdemeanors in school. Attempted murder of a classmate, spanking. Successful murder of a classmate, spanking. Becoming a rebel and blowing up the school, meeting with the school counselor. Assassinating El Presidente, right? I will not kill Presidente again. 100 times.
And now, a curious case. a papaya fruit escaped from the horticulture station and ran amok in the city. It is currently being charged with 3 attempted homicides, conspiracy against the state, and an alleged case of sexual harassment.
And now, Father Jim with comments on the new rum factory.
The God-fearing Tropicans have always made and used rum for our daily praise of the Lord. Now, with industrial qualities of rum, we will send our joy to God, and He will give us His blessing.
Presidente's popularity is going down. How could you people? The man does so much for you. And how do you repay him? I don't mean to take it so personally. It's just that I love my country, and I feel for it.
There, there.
Last night, as I was talking to God, He told me He is disappointed in Tropico for not worshiping Him properly. Shame on you people. If this does not change soon, He will turn all the rum on Tropico into water.
And now for some joyous news. The authorities have just opened a new tourist attraction at the old colonial fort. It's called The Dungeon and offers comfortable 24-hour recreational facilities for free-thinking Tropicans. Dissidents receive special discounts. Hurry and get your tickets while there are still vacancies. Hello, Tropico! I have great news for all you thrill seekers. Today, our beloved El Presidente will unveil a brand new Ferris wheel. With a maximum spin speed of 100 miles per hour, this attraction is guaranteed to make you hurl in 1.3 seconds. I can't wait to have a go. Prepare to rake in all incoming money. Tropico has built a new oil refinery.
We are now selling tickets for the maiden voyage of the first luxury liner built in Tropico. The ship's name, Last Hope, was given by El Presidente himself. Join the opening party and rest assured that you are safe, even if those pesky rebels sink the ship. She is equipped with a state-of-the-art submersible floating system designed and engineered in Tropico.
Today's fire safety tip: never store fireworks in your oven. Today's fire safety tip: no matter what my co-host Penultimo tells you, gasoline is flammable.
Rejoice, fellow citizens, as we now have a new radio station on the island. Now you can enjoy Presidente's voice every day while you labor tirelessly under the scorching sun. If you are extremely lucky, you might even hear the newest hit song composed, produced, and performed by no other than our great ruler.
How could they? I cannot believe that El Presidente has built a garbage dump over my favorite meadow. So many natural treasures lost forever. 25 different plant types, 12 different reptile species, and one cute bunny. My dear Snuggles, you will be missed.
And now, a curious report. A woman has been reported walking along Tropican beaches trying to give mouth-to-mouth to dead fish. Can you believe that? Hey, does anyone know where Sunny is? I haven't seen her around. We plan to air a live reading of The Naughty Toucan, Miss Pineapple's favorite book for the children in the grad school. But it turns out that the book is not meant for children at all. In fact, many say that it would make an old sailor blush.
I was very surprised and pleased to hear that Tropico is starting a program for separate waste collection.
That's right. There are 2 types of garbage, normal and bad books that should be burned. The old volcano crater recently started smoking once again. Some experts predict a new eruption, while others disagree with them. Personally, I am waiting to hear El Presidente's opinion on this important matter.
Are you a rebel? Are you tired of El Presidente's army beating you left, right, and center? You need bigger guns, and we are selling. If you call in the next 5 minutes, you will also receive a patriotic flag and a free detonator.
We now officially have our own Christ to watch over us.
Take that, Rio.
So whatever you're doing tonight, amigos, you might want to close the curtains first. He may be made of stone, but he's not blind, you know. He's tall, he's divinely handsome, and he loves you.
Can you introduce us?
Oh, I think you know him, Sonny. Congratulations on our brand new Savior statue, compañeros! This is a glorious day for the freedom of speech in Tropico. Our fellow citizens will now have the privilege of seeing El Presidente's beautiful face every day in their living room thanks to our new television station. Be prepared for quality television programming, which includes shows such as All Presidente's Children, As Tropico Turns, and The Bold and the Presidente. Tropico is now allied with the U.S. Sonny, did you know that Uncle Sam is my actual uncle?
And what about Lady Liberty?
Well, back then she wasn't a lady yet. Dear listeners, if you see a flying cow go past your window, you may not be as drunk as you think. A twister is carving a path of destruction through our island, lifting livestock, cars, and even small buildings in the air.
Truly, the destructive power of Mother Nature can humble any of us.
Except El Presidente, who humbles Mother Nature instead.
I am very pleased to report that Tropico is issuing air pollution standards. Penultimo, tell us more.
The new standard clearly specifies that no more than 5 birds must die daily from breathing in noxious fumes. As you can see, this is a huge step forward.
I wish I hadn't heard that.
And now, an exclusive interview with El Presidente's childhood bear, which is now on display at his childhood museum. Misha, how do you feel about being on display? Oh, it's great. Come and see us all.
Aren't you a little old to be playing with dolls?
Don't listen to the snarky lady, Misha.
Snarky?
Prepare to rake in all incoming money. Tropico has built a new oil refinery.
Ah, so it was oil pouring down from my shower this morning.
Nah, that's just how the tap water looks on Fridays.
With the approval of same-sex marriages in Tropico, the Army has repealed its don't ask, don't tell policy.
Yeah, they are instituting a don't ask, just don't ask policy instead. The Nationalist Front is holding a competition in Tropico's newest sport, beating up foreign aid workers. All interested parties are to contact El Diablo by Sunday.
Listen up, you foreign maggots. You are hereby ordered to come to Tropico at once. Slackers will be shot on sight. Upon arrival, the first offensive will be held by the Spring Break Regiment, who are to attack the pubs and bars immediately. The Eco Squad will handle recon, while all tipping operations will be delegated to the Wealthy Regiment. Good luck, soldiers.
The prison guards have started the first Tropican regatta from Tropico to Florida. In an act of benevolence, Presidente has decided that all who reach the final destination will receive the Never Come Back Award. As part of Presidente's ongoing show, Hola Presidente, a new reality show called So You Think You Can Rule will premiere. 10 opposition leaders will face dangerous and possibly lethal tasks, like swimming in acid and gator wrestling, until only the one who is best fit to rule remains.
What will he get?
A meeting with the shooting squad, I suppose.
Need a little zest in your life? Try Tropico Imported Goods. Whatever it is that you want to do, you will be able to do it better. Now, with no preservatives or dangerous chemicals. You will be surprised at the amount of new things you will be able to do. Just ask this happy customer.
I tried Tropico Goods and it was great. I feel a new and better person.
Don't know how to properly worship your supreme leader? Well, worry no more. Sign up for the obligatory Polish education courses for only $29.95 a month, and you will know exactly why Presidente is the best and how to treat him accordingly. Call in the next 5 minutes, and you won't be visited by men in dark suits.
Comrades, rejoice! The eternal union between Tropico and the USSR has now been made official. To celebrate this great event, all Soviet workers will receive the same wages as their comrades in Tropico. Communism will soon be upon us. 3 cheers for progress, comrades!
Happy Tropico Day to all our listeners!
On this day of celebration, I would like to remind you about our prize for the first person to remember what we are actually celebrating.
Just because the prize has not been collected in the last 50 years is no reason to give up. Yesterday, I saw a great program about a beautiful little island in the middle of the ocean. Within a moment, I realized they were talking about Tropico and...
You mean we're surrounded by the ocean?
Yes, of course.
We're trapped! Trapped, I tell you!
Tropico is currently short on cash. What is your take on the situation, Penultimo?
I blame my next-door neighbor. I know you are not paying your taxes, you old crone.
Tropico is currently short on cash. What say you, Penultimo?
I blame the ex-presidente. His outrageous spending has left us in this mess.
Tropico short on cash. Your opinion, Penultimo?
I blame the global economic crisis. What are we expected to do in such harsh conditions?
Tropico is currently short on cash. Penultimo, what is your stance on the situation?
I blame global warming.
I knew it. Tropico is currently short on cash. What is your take on the situation, Penultimo?
I blame rich people. They should just give their money to the others, and we will all be fine.
Tropico is currently short on cash. What is your take, Penultimo?
I blame the unemployed. Get a job, you slobs!
Tropico is currently short on cash. What say you, Penultimo?
I blame all Tropicans. They're hoarding their money instead of spending it.
Tropico is currently short on cash. Penultimo, what is your stance on the situation?
I blame you, Sonny, by refusing to date me. You are blocking the economy.
Oh, all right then. Is 8 o'clock tomorrow okay?
He shoots. He scores.
Reverend Esteban is currently recuperating under a strict diet, excluding more than 90% alcohol. He is expected to recover fully in a few days, if he survives the diet.
Comrades, communism is upon us. Progress is coming at last. Today, free houses. Tomorrow, free everything. Our path is clear and our goals are pure. Workers unite!
Hola, Senor Lord Tuffney. Welcome to our studio. What do you think of our fair island?
What ho, lad? Top of the morning to you. The island, if it were only up to me, I wouldn't touch it with a badger pole. Things here have long gone pear-shaped, and your presidente is bent as a 9-bob note.
Yeah, thanks for the compliments, I guess. And now some music.
As part of the anti-litter program, we are organizing a major cleaning effort.
I hear the nationalists are very pleased about that.
I hope things don't turn out like last time when they brought 5 immigrants they had beaten on the streets claiming they were taking out the trash.
The papal procession encountered a minor snafu as the Pope-mobile ran over Father Esteban while the latter was running toward the Pope, trying to hug him and pour him a glass of Tropican rum.
Dear listeners, we have a distinguished guest today, Sheikh Salim of the Middle...
Oh my God, what is this beast?
I call her Sally. She is a gorgeous camel, no? But where did your co-worker go?
He has a phobia.
I'm Ambassador Crane, and you will not broadcast what I'm about to say to you.
Understood, sir.
Your pitiful little country will do exactly what I and the CIA dictate. And your radio will not spread lies and disinformation about the US of A, or you can kiss your foreign aid goodbye. Do we understand each other?
Yes, sir. Of course, sir.
You two know that the show is live, right?
Miss Pineapple, representative of the intellectuals. This your given name, miss?
It's actually a nickname given by a very talented pupil of mine, who currently holds a high post in our country. I still have no idea what it means.
Believe me, I have at least a couple of ideas, miss. I dedicate the next song to you and your pupil.
Mr. Crane, rumor has it that relations between Tropico and the States are more complicated than usual. What is your stance?
No comment.
Is it true that U.S. military cruisers sent to our territorial waters were delayed because they somehow ended up on dry land in continental Asia?
No comment. This interview is done.
Today, I'm going to ask our guest, General Rodriguez, only one very important question.
You aren't going to ask me anything, soldier. Drop and give me 50.
Sir, yes, sir.
Good to see you haven't forgotten your military training yet, Penultimo.